All right, you excited to go?
Yeah. Yeah. Am I gonna hold
Are you excited to go?
Yeah.
No?
Look at this. It's a little chilly out here today, but we're stubbornly hanging on to the great outdoors. Today's vlog, I decided to do something a little bit different. I'm a little bit worn out from filming on Saturday, but also Memory's birthday was 2 weeks ago, and it was on a weekend. Because of that, we never filmed it. But one of the things that happened there I think is pretty important, and I wanted to find a way to share it with you guys. Growing up in families of faith and religion, and having one myself, one of the worst fears I've ever had was, what if the kids leave the faith or the family and they go to like New York City and lead a completely different life and party, and they won't talk to us anymore. And I feel like that's kind of a fear that I've heard about, and it's like the worst case scenario for families. And the natural response for me is to like try and clamp down and to enforce morality and use control. But a number of years ago, I read this book. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's like it's the top selling like business book of all time. Anyways, this author, he says that people will always go where they feel the most valued, period. It's like a law of like, what's it called, like osmosis, or where the solutions cross over the membrane into whatever it like fills the vacuum. Like humans are like that. There's like no exceptions. So if you feel most valued at a church, you're gonna be there. If you feel most valued with a bunch of people that don't like you, you're gonna go there. If you feel most valued in your family, you're gonna go there. And I think that there is a truth to that. So around then I started to ask this question: how can we make our children feel valued in their family and home? And that's a hard question for me because I'm like a really critical person, and I notice more their imperfections and the ways they've fallen short, the way they're screwing up day in, day out, than the ways that they're amazing as a kid or a human. But I got this like sneaking suspicion, if we can make our kids feel valuable at home, we win. Like they'll never leave. I mean, they'll grow up and they'll like, you know, grow out of the house and stuff like that, but they're not gonna be like, screw you, I'm finding greener pasture. And that's really important to me. And one of the things I'm really excited about is that we don't have to do this alone as parents or as a dad. I don't have to just like say all these positive things, but we can actually create a family culture that reinforces this. So one of our traditions is at a kid's birthday, we take turns and share either a story, a fond story or funny story of the person, or something encouraging to them. And every time we do this, I'm totally blown away by what the kids share about each other. So today's vlog, I just want to ask the kids to share, and actually maybe Cam and I will share too, what we shared to Memory on that day 2 weeks ago, just so you guys can see a little snapshot of how this has worked for our family. Because I don't think like, I don't know, I'm not one of those Facebook dads that likes, my wife is the hottest wife on the entire planet. No offense. But I do think that I can be encouraging to her in a way that no other man on the planet can. And the same thing with my kids. I don't think they're like all the best at everything they do, but they don't need to be. Like, I can know them, and therefore I can encourage them in ways that no stranger or man may ever be able to, unless they get to know them better than I do. And I think we should use that to our advantage. Okay, enough talking. I'm gonna ask the kids. What did you share with Memory on her birthday?
I shared that she was really helpful with me, and how she always she usually is open for doing any kind of project that I want to do, like sometimes I want to go rollerblading, and she's like, okay, I'll go rollerblading, but no one else does. And then she will make things for me if I ask her to. I offered her, I was like, I'll give you a quarter, maybe it was 50 cents, if you sew me, because she just started learning how to sew with leather. So I was like, I will give you a quarter if you sew me a pouch. And she sewed a pouch for me, and then I gave her a quarter.
Memory, some of the things that I like about Memory are she's very willing, she's very encouraging. If ever I want to try something new that I haven't done before, she's like always willing to help me do it. And she's very creative. She always finds like a better way to do things.
Memory is really generous with her possessions and her time and her skills. If you need help with anything, she'll help you, not like help you with anything really. I feel like I can talk to her about almost anything because she comes across as really like non-judgmental compared to some of my other siblings at least, and just really easygoing and funny. Yeah, I really like Memory.
Well, I like that we had tea parties on Shabbat, and how she makes really fun plans, like somehow, and I don't even think about those plans, and so.
Cool, anything else?
I don't really think so.
Alright, thank you.
What I like about Memory is she is not afraid to get her hands dirty, and she just jumps in with both feet into life, and she's really friendly, sometimes for me uncomfortably so. She wants to talk to everyone and include everyone. I also see this in our day-to-day life with how she takes care of her siblings. She takes care of Rainier without asking questions. She just jumps in there and helps me out.
Oh!
Memory is such an out-of-the-box thinker. When she was like 5 or 6, I remember her, maybe she was 4. She asked me, she goes, "Dada, are we living in a story?" But the thing that I love about Memory is that she is so, like, she gets this idea that no one else would think of, and she just like goes for it. She's not afraid to clean up. She's not afraid to of like how much something is going to cost. She's not afraid of like whether or not someone else has done this before or whether people are going to think it's weird. She just like goes for it. And she's like that with her own things. Like when she has a bag of candy and someone says, "Can I have some?" her answer is yes. It's like just right away yes. She's not thinking, "Oh, should I save this for later?" or "What about myself?" She just like gives her stuff away. And I love that kind of like reckless abandon with her, and how she just really like lives for the moment in the way that she sees the world. It's so special. It makes our family so much more rich. There you have it. Like that's some of the way our family views Memory. I don't know, I think it was like really cool for Memory to hear those things. I wish she heard them more. But those are observations that our family can make on her that really no one else on the planet can make. I just wanted you guys to see this because I feel like this is what families could be used for. Not to just like teach morals or not to just like train kids in like the right way to live, but what if our families were the place where kids got encouragement there more than any other place? And because of that, for the rest of their lives, they actually wanted to be around their families more than any other place because that's where they felt the most valued and valuable. Hope that's helpful. We'll see you guys tomorrow. A flat. And the E flat, pointer finger. Go to this E flat right here. Yes, 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 yes.